Hello, Norris 10 Area School District families and staff members. This is Superintendent of Schools Christopher Dormer. Today is Tuesday, January 12th, 2021. I'm pleased to share an update on our plans for a phased return to in-person instruction. On November 11th, I shared details of our plans to transition from fully remote or virtual learning to offering an option to families for students to begin blended learning or a hybrid instructional model. We identified 5 groups or waves of students who would return over a period of weeks to allow both students and staff to reacclimate to receiving in-person, on-site instruction. Those 5 waves were originally scheduled to begin on Monday, January 11th, 2021, a date we announced and targeted back in July when we felt it might be appropriately safe and healthy to begin. District staff would likewise return in staggered groups in advance of students to be ready to fully implement our programs and provide our full range of services. Based on ongoing guidance from the CDC, the Pennsylvania Department of Health, and the Montgomery County Office of Public Health, movement between modes of instruction would be based on a minimum of 2 consecutive weeks of meeting established metrics related to community transmission. Just as a reminder, Norris 10 Area School District adopted these metrics back in November. These metrics are reflective of the population density we have within our school district, as well as the impact of the spread and severity of the COVID-19 virus to the residents of our community. According to these metrics, we will offer blended or hybrid learning once we are able to have incident rates below 75 and positivity rates below 7.5% for 2 consecutive weeks. These were thresholds we were below for about an 8-week period early in the school year. In this chart, you can see the levels of district operations we've adopted with regards to staff members working on-site or remotely based on those measures. Between Thanksgiving and winter break, we witnessed explosive increases in both incidence and positivity. As we approached winter break, we were significantly above the threshold for substantial transmission in both Norris 10 Area School District and Montgomery County. We experienced a sizable upward trend of cases, with incidence rates doubling from 214.9 to 448, and positivity rates spiking from 8.2% to over 15%. We could easily see that we would not meet our metrics to implement our plans, just beginning phasing in hybrid instruction on January 11th. On December 22nd, I announced to all staff and all families a delay to our plans for phased return to in-person instruction until at least January 25th, 2021. As we are now in 2021 calendar year, I want to take a moment to reaffirm that our priority and our commitment to everyone in this great community will continue to be health and safety. I still have the fullest confidence in our plans and the metrics we will use to determine when those plans get implemented. That brings us to today, Tuesday, January 12th, 2021. For us to remain on track for January 25th, we must hit 2 consecutive weeks of metrics below thresholds for hybrid learning. The data points made available to us on Thursday, January 7th and Thursday, January 14th, since staff will need to return at least 1 week prior to students. On this slide, you can see our district-specific data that was provided to us last week is still significantly above our thresholds. This data is similar to that of Montgomery County that remains well above the threshold for substantial community transmission. Therefore, I'm announcing today that our 2 consecutive weeks of data will not be met to begin our plans on January 25th, 2021. I'm officially announcing a delay to the start of our planned phased return to in-person instruction. As we've been making data-driven decisions throughout this pandemic, I feel it's important to understand our current data and what the trends tell us. This slide shows the complete set of data we have been provided by the Pennsylvania Department of Health and the Montgomery County Office of Public Health since the beginning of the school year. You will see a noticeable increase in both incidence and positivity from mid-October through the peak in early December. The data shows it took approximately 6 to 7 weeks to move from below threshold data to those peak numbers. As we look to determine a new schedule for implementing our plans, there are several new contributing factors we must consider. As you have most likely heard in the news, there is a new variant of the coronavirus called the UK variant that seems to have originated in the United Kingdom. Early testing of this strain has led scientists to share that this variant is approximately 70% more contagious than the original, causing more and much more accelerated community spread. Also, researchers have found that the UK variant is causing infection with symptoms at a much higher rate in school-aged children. How this variant will impact Norristown and Montgomery County remains to be seen. While 2 vaccines are currently available for COVID-19, there is much unknown about exactly when it will become available to staff, students, and families. Educators have been assigned to Phase 1B, which county officials believe may begin the last week in January. How long it will take all staff to get vaccinated is unknown at this time. Even when a vaccine is administered, it will take 6 to 7 weeks for each person to build up immunity. These factors add more uncertainty to an already difficult situation. As you can see from this chart, though we remain well above the substantial threshold for community transmission, we have experienced 4 consecutive weeks of declining numbers. As we continue to use data-driven decisions making during this pandemic, the data trends, should these decreases hold, we may be able to hit the thresholds to begin hybrid instruction in the next 6 to 8 weeks. With health and safety in mind, and using data and all the information we have available to us, I'm officially announcing that the Norristown Area School District will delay its phased return to in-person instruction to no sooner than Monday, March 1st, 2021. This timeline is consistent with projected transmission decreases, as well as an optimistic vaccination schedule for educators. Here is a specific timeline based on this delay. When we announced our return plans back in November, we assigned students into the following 5 waves. We originally announced a 5-week return plan in phases to bring instruction and services back online gradual and in a deliberate manner. That timeline was logical when we had 18 weeks of the school year remaining. Now that the new schedule will delay in-person instruction by several more weeks, we've adjusted that timeline as follows. Wave 1 and Wave 2 students will return no sooner than Monday, March 1st. Wave 3, our transition grades, will return no sooner than Monday, March 8th. Wave 4 and Wave 5 students will return no sooner than Monday, March 15th. All instructional staff will be recalled 1 week prior to the start of hybrid instruction. Human Resources will notify all other MMAP, EANA support, and furloughed staff of their anticipated return dates based on their job functions. We will continue to monitor data and will still need to meet our metrics for hybrid instruction 2 consecutive weeks prior to March 1st. Should we not meet those metrics, we would delay the return schedule to Monday, April 5th, the first day back from spring break. As we have consistently done throughout this process, we've committed to communicating as soon as possible so as families and staff members have time to plan and make arrangements. We've also been consistent in trying to plan for extended periods of time as it has been feasible. Our goal has been to give families certainty on what to expect over a period of weeks and months, instead of the fear and dread of day to day or week to week. Though many, I'm sure, will be disappointed with this delay, I hope you understand and appreciate our rationale and our aim for consistency. With the vaccine coming and warmer weather hopefully slowing the spread of the virus, we have much to be optimistic about. I again have to thank the entire NASD community for your patience and grace as we've navigated these unprecedented times together. In the meantime, be sure to wear a mask, avoid social gatherings, practice social distancing, wash your hands frequently, and please consider getting the vaccine when it becomes available. It will take all of us to do our part to help end this terrible pandemic. Please continue to get your latest information on the district website. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I thank you for taking time to watch this video. Please continue to be safe and stay healthy. Thank you for making all of us NASD proud.